There we are. Welcome to Unwind Plus. My name is Lindsay. We're going to start in a child's pose or any other position that you'd like to start with, but we'll bring those knees wide, big toes touch. Sit bones reaching towards the heels, forehead coming towards the floor, or maybe the back of the hands. And then if this doesn't work for the knees, feel free to lift up those hips and bring the hips more over the knees. And then take the head towards the floor. So welcome to your yoga practice. We're settling in here, letting go of our to-do lists, our obligations, dedicating this time to yourself, dedicating this space and time to you right here, right now, the next 30 minutes. And then as we settle in here, we might rock the head a little side to side. Maybe wiggle the hips a little bit as we reach those sit bones towards the heels. And just settling in. Feel the floor underneath you, underneath your body here. Noticing how we're breathing. And then finding a steady flow of breath. We can breathe in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Or any other way, any other combination of those. Maybe in and out of the mouth or in and out of the nose. We'll take a couple more breaths here in our child's pose. Welcome, welcome everyone. And then from whatever position you are in, we're going to make our way to our belly next for a Sphinx position. If we're not coming on our belly, you could come up to a tabletop position, hands and knees, and work some cat and cows. Feel free to do that anyways, and then make your way to your belly as you're ready. So come on out of that child's pose and we'll just slither forward onto our belly. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders and the hands down, palms flat. Make any adjustments here, and you might wiggle your hips around, take the feet apart. Tops of the feet are down, pelvis, the pubic bone is down, and then from there, we'll lift the heart forward. Slowly softening the shoulders down, and then lifting the heart up. Shoulder blades down the back. And then just keeping that motion, heart lifting, shoulders down, shoulder blades down the back. As we press into the pelvis and the tops of the feet. So a bit of engagement here, but we can start to soften into it once we've reached our point there. And then we can start to just relax the shoulders, maybe even let the head come forward, making it more of a yin. yin style. And if we want more, we might come into seal, where we take our hands about as wide as the mat and then straighten the arms. That'll take you in deeper into the back bend. You might come up and try it and then come back down. But we'll just take another 5 breaths or so wherever you are. Bring some softness and ease around the neck and shoulders, as well as some ease and softness in the breath. And let's take one more inhale and one more exhale. Go ahead and release out of that. Lower the forehead to the floor. Take those elbows wide as we come into crocodile. So the back of the neck is long. And then from here, you might bend the knees, windshield wiper the legs, releasing that out of the lower back. And then as you're ready, we'll take those hands underneath the shoulders, press up and back. You might do a cat-cow here, or just come back to that child's pose for a breath or two. Once again, releasing it out of the lower back. And then we'll make our way into a seated butterfly position. So come to a seat and bring those feet together, soles of the feet together. Feet can come a little more forward or a little more in, depending how your body feels in this position. You might sit up on something. You might just want it a little more open, more of a diamond shape in the legs. Well, we'll sit up tall first, find some length, and then start to come forward if that feels okay in the body. Otherwise, just hold where you are. And if you're coming forward, we'll start to round the back. Let the head come forward. Relax the arms, maybe inside or outside of the legs. And we'll hold this one a little longer. So no need to come to the full stretch right away. We'll have some time. Or we might just come forward into it. And then find some ease. Once again in the breath. And in the body where we feel the stretch. Relax the face, the jaw. Let the head be heavy if that's okay on the neck. And just another minute or so left here. Check in with the breath. And we'll just take another couple breaths. And then as you come out of this, roll up the spine. We'll let the head come up last, nice and slow. Take your time. All right, hands to the outside of the knees. We'll help the knees together. And then let's straighten the legs. We'll do one more forward fold before we take it to our back. So extend those legs forward. Feet might be a little apart. Let's find some length. We reach those arms up. Inhale. And then exhale, start to come forward. Hands might be on either side of the thighs, knees, calves, or we might be able to walk a little more forward, bringing a rounding once again the back and letting the head come forward. Breathing into those hamstrings, into the lower back. And this is always a good one to bring like a pillow in, maybe under the belly, or a pillow underneath the arms, or even a strap around the feet. Can be a good way to support this position. Another minute or so. Check in with the breath. And let's go ahead, take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then inhale, rise out. Let the head come up last, rolling up the spine. From here, feel free to bend the knees. We're going to make our way onto our back, right to it. So you could come right onto your back or bend the knees first. Onto the back we go. Once you're there, we will bend the knees and come into a bridge. So you could support this with a block or a cushion of some sort. Supported bridge is like my favorite of all favorites. So I highly recommend bringing something in if you can. If not, no worries. I'll give you another option here. But on your back, bend those knees, walk the heels in. When you're ready, we'll lift those hips, sliding a block underneath or a pillow underneath the sacrum, so supporting the pelvis. And you could always stack the hands and just use your hands as a little pillow there. Or we just lift those hips up, press into the feet, opening up the front of the body. So we won't be here super long if you're not on something. Feel free to just come down whenever you're ready, or using those hands as a little pillow underneath. And if you do have that pillow or block, you could straighten the legs from there, get a little more into the hip flexors. So your hips do need to be a little elevated for that one. We might walk the shoulder blades a little closer under the body. And we'll just take another 3 breaths here. Go ahead and come on down, or take that, whatever we have underneath, take it out and slowly lower down. Keeping the feet as they are in that bridge prep position. And we'll take the knees over to the right. So we're going to get a little stretch for another stretch for our hip flexor, our psoas. So knees over to the right, and then that might be a good enough stretch. Or we take that right foot, place it to the outside of the left knee, be gentle on the knee, and then that might assist the stretch a little deeper. So we're feeling the stretch in the left front hip, the left psoas, which is a deep core muscle on the side body. Couple more breaths. And we'll release, take those knees to center. Pause for a moment, center your hips, your pelvis, and then we'll release the knees over to the left. That might be enough, or that left foot comes to the outside of the right knee or thigh, assisting the stretch. And arms can be, I didn't mention this before, but arms can be more in a T position to support this twist. One more breath. And we'll inhale, release, take those knees back to center. And then we'll go ahead and straighten those legs out. Coming into our Shavasana position, getting us ready for our guided meditation, or Yoga Nidra. This will be a 10-minute guided meditation. So you will be lying in this place for that amount of time. So bring any props or anything in to make this a comfortable place to be. You might bring something under the head, under the knees, bolsters, pillows. An eye pillow over the eyes is very nice, or something of that nature. And I'm going to give us just another few seconds here to get settled. make any adjustments needed. And then we will find stillness. And remain in our stillness for the amount of time. Yoga Nidra is done in this lying position. Great to do in a bed, but feel free if any other position sounds or is going to be better for you, please bring yourself to that position. And we'll go ahead and be still as we move through, listening to my voice, listening to my instructions. We'll first begin to relax the body, beginning in the face, the jaw relax, letting the back of the head be grounded. Relax our shoulders, our arms, our hands, all 10 fingers, relax. And relax the heart space, the belly, all along the back, our hips, legs, feet, and all 10 toes, relax. The entire back body is grounded as the whole body relaxes. Now we're going to set an intention here we call it a sankalpa in Yoga Nidra. This is just an intention that we're setting to bring positivity into our life. So it's as if it's already happening. Examples would be, I am joy, I am peace, I have clarity. Now thinking of something that works for you, just one phrase, and then repeat it to yourself 3 times. Now we'll start to bring our attention to our breath. Notice how we're breathing. And then start to deepen the breath, little by little, with each inhale, a deeper breath. As you start to bring more air in, notice the belly rise, the chest rise. And then as you exhale, the body lowers, the belly lowers. Keep breathing into the belly here. We're moving into a breathing exercise where we'll count our breaths, starting with 20 and counting down to 1. I'll start us off. Let's inhale, filling up. The belly rises. And exhale, we release. The belly lowers. Here we go, this 20. Let's inhale. And exhale. 19. Inhale. And exhale. 18. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and count down to 1 on your own. If you lose track, just start back at 20. Start in the beginning and count your way down, back to 1 or down to 1. Keeping with the belly breaths. If you lose track, go back to 20. No matter where you are here, let's take one more inhale. Belly fills, rises. One more exhale. Now we'll bring our attention into our third eye, the space between the eyebrows. And I'll take you on a visualization journey here. So just following my voice and visualizing the picture that I speak. Imagining we're climbing a mountain. We're feeling the dirt beneath our feet. We're feeling the sun on our skin, the warmth, the heat. We're seeing the green of the trees, the brown of the trunks, the trees themselves, rooted into the earth. We're climbing this mountain and getting higher and higher, starting to see more and more the higher we climb. The sky seems to be getting bluer. The sun seems to be getting brighter. We feel the climb in our legs as our legs work to bring us up to the top. We see flowers, purple, yellow, orange. We hear, see birds surrounding, flying from tree to tree. We're almost to the top. And once we reach the top, we see our view, looking out for miles and miles, the beauty that surrounds. And there at the top, we'll come back to our sankalpa, our intention that we set at the beginning. Repeating once again 3 times to yourself. Bringing our attention back to the body, back to the breath. Your yoga nidra is complete. I'll go ahead and leave you here. Please stay here a little longer if you can, just relaxing on your back and then taking your time when it is time to get up, taking your time, moving very slow. I thank you all for joining. Always an honor to guide you in this practice. Have a wonderful evening. Namaste.